Hello, myself Nagarjun B, lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Vijayanagara College, Hosapete. So today I am going to tell you about correlation, types of correlations, and the methods through which we can find the correlations between the variables. First, initially, what is meant by correlation? Correlation can be easily understood as correlation. To define it, correlation is average relationship between two or more variables when the change in one variable makes or causes a change in other variable, then there is a correlation between these two variables. These correlated variables can move in same direction or they can move in opposite direction. Not always there is a cause and effect relationship between the variables. When there is a change, that might be due to uncertain change. So correlation is nothing but when one value changes, it affects or makes the other value to change, or even in some circumstances it may not change, then it is called as no correlation, otherwise it is a correlation. Now, different types of correlations. So in research methodology of the management, correlation is broadly classified into 6 types as follows. First one is positive correlation, and second negative correlation, third one is perfectly positive correlation, fourth one perfectly negative correlation, fifth one zero correlation, and sixth one linear correlation. Now we shall see in detail regarding each type of correlation. First one, positive correlation. When two variables move in same direction, then the correlation between these two variables is said to be positive correlation. That is, when the value of one variable increases, the value of other variable or a value also increases at the same rate, and vice versa. That means if the value of one variable decreases, the value of other variable also decreases. Example, the training and performance of employees in a company. Means you provide a training, the performance will increase. That means when you increase the number of trainings, the performance of each of the employees who have attended the training will be increasing. A second example, the more it rains, the more sales of umbrellas goes up. Means if it is a raining, then there is a sales of umbrellas, because during raining the umbrella will be used. The next, second one, negative correlation. In this type of correlation, the two variables move in opposite direction. When the value of a variable increases, the value of other variable decreases. In case of positive correlation, the two variables move in same direction, whereas in case of a negative correlation, the two variables move in opposite direction. For example, the relationship between price and demand. If the price increases, the demand will be decreasing. If the price is less, then the demand will be increasing. Second example, if it is a darker outside, more light is needed inside. If it is a darkness, we switch on the lights. If there is no darkness, the light is not needed. That means we are not going to switch on the light. Third example, if a car decreases speed, travel time to a destination increases. That means if you decrease the speed of a car, the time to reach the destination will be more. If you increase the speed of the car, the time to reach the destination will be less. So this is the about and negative correlation. Then third, perfect positive correlation. When there is a change in one variable x, and if there is an equal proportion of change in the other variable, say y, in the same direction, then these two variables are said to have perfect positive correlation. Then fourth one, perfectly negative correlation. If there is a change in one variable x, and if there is an equal proportion of change in the other variable, say y, in opposite direction, then these two variables are said to have perfectly negative correlation. As we can see the difference between perfectly positive and perfectly negative. In case of an perfectly positive, the two variables will be in same direction, whereas in case of an perfectly negative, the value of the variables will be moving in an opposite direction. Next one, zero correlation. When the two variables are independent, that means one variable is not affecting on another variable, then the correlation between these two variables is known as an zero correlation. That means the change in one value of a variable is not going to change the value of an other variable. Next one, linear correlation. If the quantum of change in one variable has a ratio of change in the quantum of change in the other variable, then it is known as linear correlation. Based upon all these things, correlation is positive when the value increases together, and correlation is negative when the value decreases as the other increases. Then the correlation can have any value. So what are the possible values it can have is 1, 0, -1. If it is 1, it means it is a perfect positive correlation. If it is 0, it means there is no correlation. That means the variables are independent of each other. If it is -1, it means it is a perfect negative correlation. Then what we say, if we have a value between 1 and 0, that means it is a positive correlation. Similarly, if we have a value between 0 and -1 for an correlation, then it is called as a negative correlation. Then, so the various methods which we can use for the purpose of knowing the correlation between the variables is Karl-Pearson method. In this method, the correlation formula is R is equal to summation of xy divided by square root of summation of x square into summation of y square. So here the square root for whole of the denominator. The another formula is R is equal to summation of dx into dy minus summation of dx into summation of dy by n whole divided by square root of. So for the denominator, the square root has to be applied for everything which appears in the denominator. Summation of dx square minus summation of dx by n whole square into summation dy square minus summation of dy by n whole square. These are the two formulas which we can use for the purpose of knowing the correlation between the variables by Karl-Pearson method. So in the later slide, I am going to present both these methods, how we are using to find the correlation. That is, both the formulas have been used. So first, initially, find the correlation by using Karl-Pearson coefficient correlation method. So here they have given two variables x, y, and they have given the values as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and for the y they have given the values as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now I will solve by using the first formula, right? So now the solution is x, that is the values which has been given in the question, then y. For this also they have given in the question, you need to write down those in the first two columns. So x values are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and y values are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And next you need to calculate the summation of x. So summation of x is equal to 15, then summation of y is equal to 150. Then you need to calculate the mean x bar. So x bar will be equal to summation of x divided by n. That is the mean of x values. So here it will be 15 divided by, so total number of values given are 5. So for that purpose 15 by 5 it will be equal to 3. That means x bar will be equal to 3. Then you have written in the third column x minus x bar. So here x is the a smaller alphabet, whereas this x is the capital alphabet which has been denoting the values which has been given for the variable x, and this x bar is the mean which we have calculated just now, and it is 3. So now 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Then 4 minus 3 1, 3 minus 3 0, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Then next y is equal to y minus y bar. So here it is a small y equal to capital letter Y. It is nothing but the variable y which has been given in the question minus y bar. Y bar is the mean value of the y. So mean value of y is nothing but the sum of all the values of y divided by number of values. So here the summation is 150. So 150 divided by number of values they are given as 5. So 150 divided by 5, it is equal to 30. That is 30. Now, sorry, 150 divided by 5. Right. So that is, so now y bar is 150 divided by 5. It is equal to 30. That is the mean. So now 10 minus 30 is minus 20. 20 minus 30 is minus 10. 30 minus 30 is 0. 40 minus 30 is 10. 50 minus 30 is 20. The next x square. So this x square is nothing but the small x which we have found out by using x minus x bar, and this y square is the smaller y which we have found out by using y minus y bar. So x square. So 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, minus 1 square is 1, minus 2 square is 4. The summation of all these will be equal to 10. It is 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. The next y square. Minus 20 square is 400, minus 10 square is 100, 0 square is 0, 10 square is 100, and 20 square is 400. The summation of all these will yield 1000. The next xy. So it is the smaller variable x multiplied by smaller variable y. So 2 into minus 20 is minus 40. 1 into minus 10 is minus 10. 0 into 0 is 0. Minus 1 into 10 is minus 10. Minus 2 into 20 is minus 40. The summation of this will be minus 100. This minus 50, minus 40, minus 10 is minus 50. Minus 50 plus 0 is minus 50. Minus 50 minus 10 is minus 60. Minus 60 minus 40 is minus 100. The next need the formula of Curl-Pearson correlation is R is equal to summation of xy divided by square root of x square into summation of y square. Here it is equal to R is equal to minus 100 divided by square root of summation of x square is 10 into summation of y square. So here it is a summation of y square. So this is 1000 which we have calculated previously, which I have shown in the before slide, and upon simplifying this it will give the value as minus 1. That means the correlation is perfectly negative. That means the relationship between the variables x and y is perfectly negative correlation. The same problem by using another one formula. So here the same problem I have written, that's the same question, and here the solve that varies. So here initially this x and y are the same thing. Now instead of taking the mean, here we will be taking an assumed mean. So for that purpose, dx is equal to x minus a. This a is the assumed mean. So among these values, I will take 3 as the assumed mean. So 5 minus 3 is 2, 4 minus 1 is 4 minus 3 is 1, right? So 5 minus 3 is 2, 4 minus 3 is 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 2 minus 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So the summation of this will yield 0, right? And say once again, 5 minus 3 is 2, 4 minus 3 is 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 1 minus 3 is minus 2. The summation of these things, that is 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 minus 1 is plus 2, plus 2 minus 2 will be equal to 0. The next dy is equal to y minus a. Again here it is a is a assumed mean, but this assumed mean you have to take from the values of y. So here I consider the assumed mean as 30, that is 30. So here 10 minus 30 is minus 20, 20 minus 30 is minus 10, 30 minus 30 is 0, 40 minus 30 is 10, 50 minus 30 is 20. The summation of all these things will yield the value as 0. It is minus 20, minus 10 is minus 30, minus 30 plus 0 is minus 30, minus 30 plus 10 is minus 20, minus 20 plus 20 is 0. The next, the product of dx dy. So 2 into minus 20 is minus 40, 1 into minus 10 is minus 10, 0 into 0 is 0, minus 1 into 10 is minus 10, minus 2 into 20 is minus 40. The summation of dx dy is equal to minus 100. That is the sum of all these values will yield as minus 100. The next, dx square. There is a squaring of dx terms. So 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 0 square is 0, minus 1 square is 1, then minus 2 square is 4. So this summation will yield as 10. The next, dy square. That is the squaring of dy terms. So minus 20 square is 400, minus 10 square is 100, 0 square is 0, 10 square is 100, then 20 square is 400. So this summation will give the value as 1000. Now whatever I have found out here, this is a summation of dx, then summation of dy, then summation of dx dy, summation of dx square, summation of dy square. I will be using in the formula is r is equal to summation of dx into dy minus summation of dx into summation of dx by n divided by square root of summation of dx into dx by n whole square into dy square minus summation of dy divided by n whole square. So upon substitution of the values, we get the value as minus 1, and this means it is a perfectly negative correlation. That means the relationship between the variable x and y is a perfectly negative correlation. In this particular problems, you need to be very careful while substituting the values in the formula. It is very important, and use the calculator properly while calculating, because the square root has to be applied for the whole denominator, not for just a single term. This is the solution by using Pearson correlation formula. So we have seen two formulas. One was r is equal to summation of x into y divided by summation of x square into summation of y square, and another one is this one, that is r is equal to summation of dx into dy minus summation of dx into dy by n divided by square root of summation of dx square minus dx by n whole square into summation of dy square minus summation of dy by n whole square. So these are the two formulas. Then another one method through which we can find a correlation, that is Spearman's rank formula. So this Spearman's rank formula is another one method through which we can find a correlation between the variables. So now we shall look at a problem which has been given, that is to find the relationship between the subjects English and Maths of 10 students, and you need to obtain the correlation between those two subjects. So here the marks have been given for the two subjects of the 10 students, and here we can see that the marks have been not repeated. Here have considered wantedly that the marks should not be tied, because if the marks has been tied, the way of solving the problem varies. Now let's go to the solution and consider this English and Maths, whatever is there, that we'll be considering the solution while doing. Now we move on to the solution. Just write down the marks which has been given for English and Maths. Then after that you need to allocate the ranks. Right. So first initially the English ranks that I consider as R1, when for Maths I consider the rank as R2. So first initially for English, the highest is 80, that is rank 1. The next highest is 76, that is a rank 2. Next highest is 75, that is a rank 3. Next is 71, that is a 4. The next is 64, rank is 5. Then next 62, rank is 6. Then 61, rank is 7. Then next 58, rank is 8. Then 56, rank is 9. Then 45, rank is 10. Next, similarly, you have to do the allocation of the mathematics ranks. So highest is 77, that is a rank 1. Then next highest is 70, the rank 2. Next 67, rank 3. 66, rank 4. 65, rank 5. 63, rank 6. 60, rank 7. 59, rank 8. 56, rank 9. 40, rank 10. The next D is R1 minus R2. 9 minus 4 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. 10 minus 10 is 0. 4 minus 7 is minus 3. 6 minus 5 is 1. 5 minus 9 is minus 4. 8 minus 8 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. The next D square, the summation of, that is you need to find the summation of D square. So first initially D square is the multiplication of D into D, that is the squaring D term values. So 5 square 25, 1 square 1, 0 square 0, minus 3 square 9, 1 square 1, minus 4 square 16, 0 square 0, 0 square 0, minus 1 square is 1, 1 square is 1. The summation of all these things will yield the answer as 54, that you can calculate. 25 plus 1 is 26, 26 plus 9 is 35, 35 plus 1 is 36, 36 plus 16 is 52, 52 plus 0 is 52, 52 plus 0 is 52, 52 plus 1 is 53, 53 plus 1 is 54. While writing this solution, you need to be very careful that whatever these marks have been given, you should not rearrange them either in the ascending order or either in the descending order. You need to write in the same order which has been given in the question. You should not alter these values. Only have to allocate the rank based upon the values which has been given. And in some questions they might give directly the ranks, then you can directly find the value of D, then D square. Then next we shall move on to the formula. The formula to find the correlation by using a Superman's rank formula is R is equal to 1 minus into summation of d square divided by n cube minus n. So it is r is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation of d square is 54, which I have found just now, and n is nothing but the number of values which have been given. They have given the marks of 10 students. For that the value of n is equal to 10. So it is a 10 cube minus 10. So upon simplification we get the value as 0.6727. That means it is a positive correlation. That means the relationship between English and Maths is positive correlation. Then now this one we have solved by considering that the marks have been not repeated. If in case the marks have been repeated, how it will be? Now I'm considering the same problem slightly by just changing the value. That is, have considered 61 and 61 twice in the subject English. Now we shall move on to solving this problem. Right, I have told that here I have wantedly taken the marks as a repeated values in case of an English subject. Here the 61 appears twice. So now how to allocate the rank for this one? So now first highest is 80, rank 1, and 76, rank 2, 75, rank 3, 71, rank 4, 64, rank 5. The next highest is 61, is the 6th rank, but this has been appeared twice. 61, 61, that means 6 and 7. So now you need to take the mean, that is 6 plus 7 divided by 2. So it will be equal to 6.5. So for that purpose we are allocating 6.5 and 6.5 for the students who have scored 61. Now if in case if this has been repeated thrice, then what will be the rank? So 61, 61, 61 3 times. If it has been repeated, then it will be 6, 7, 8. So then it will be 6 plus 7 plus 8 divided by 3. Then it will be 7. That means you need to allocate the rank as 7, 7, 7. Then while allocating for the next rank for a student, you should allocate as 9, because 6, 7, 8 has been finished. Then you need to allocate 9. But now in this case only 2 students who are there, so you allocated 6.5 and 6.5, that is instead of 6 and 7. Now next rank is 8, so that means you should not allocate 7 now, then you need to allocate the rank as 8. So next highest is 58, it is a rank number 8. The next highest is 56, rank number 9. The next highest is 45, rank number 10. The next for R2. So here allocating the rank for math subject. So here there is no any repetition, so allocation of ranks is easier. So first one highest is 70, the rank 1, right? 77, that is the rank 1. The next highest is 70, rank 2. Next highest is 67, rank 3. Next highest is 66, rank 4. Next highest is 65, rank 5. Next is 63, rank 6. Next is 60, rank 7. Next is 59, rank 8. Next is 56, rank 9. Next is 40, rank 10. The next D is equal to R1 minus R2. So 9 minus 4 is 5, 3 minus 2 1, 10 minus 10 0, 4 minus 7 is minus 3, 6.5 minus 5 is 1.5, 5 minus 9 is minus 4, 8 minus 8 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 6.5 minus 6 is 0.5. The next you need to calculate D square, that is squaring the terms of D values. 5 square 25, 1 square 1, 0 square 0, minus 3 square is 9, because minus 3 into minus 3 it will be a negative into negative will be positive. Then 1.5 into 1.5, that is 2.25, that is 1.5 square is 2.25. Then minus 4 square is 16, 0 square is 0, then 0 square is 0, minus 1 square is 1, 0.5 square is 0.25. Then the summation of this one will yield the value as 54.5. That is 25 plus 1 is 26. 26 plus 9 is 35. 35 plus 2, 37.25. Then next 16. 16, right, 37 plus 16, that is 53.25. Then next 54, then 54.25 plus 0.25 will be 54.5. that is the summation of d square, and the formula is same. R is equal to 1 minus 6 summation of d square divided by n cube minus n. So here upon substitution, R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation of d square is 54.5 divided by n. So number of values given is 10. Therefore 10 cube minus 10. Upon simplification, we get the value as R is equal to 0.6697. That means it is a positive correlation. As I told, the values which we get, based upon that we are going to specify what kind of correlation it is. If we get 1, that means perfect positive correlation. If we get 0, there is no correlation, or 0 correlation. If it is -1, then perfect negative correlation. If we get between 0 and 1, it is positive correlation. If we get the values between 0 and -1, it is a negative correlation. And in some authors, the formula can also be used as here: R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation of d square divided by n cube minus n. Instead of that, they might have used R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation of d square divided by n into n square minus 1, just by taking n outside, which is a common. So it is the same thing, right? So this is a small presentation regarding correlation, types of correlations, and the methods which we use to find the correlation between the variables. So we have seen two methods. One is a Karl Pearson method, another one is Spearman's method, the Spearman's rank formula method. So these are the two methods through which we can find the correlation between the variables. Thank you. Do practice and subscribe it and like, for the purpose of encouraging me to do the more videos on numerical methods.